everybody. I'm Ross Galbraith. I'm the business manager of International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 37. We represent the entire workforce at NB Power, plus a lot of workers elsewhere. And what I want to do is I want to first of all thank you all for coming here today. I want to thank you all for coming here today. And also, I know that there's a lot of IBEW members here, and I want you to know that we're working hard for you, but I also want to recognize how hard you're working and how professional you've been behaving and how constructive you're engaging in this debate that faces us all here today. Now, for the people that are here, I think it's realized that on a really cold day like today, when the days are shorter, you really appreciate going home and being able to switch on the lights and turn up the heat. And the fact is, when you flick that switch, it works because there are thousands of workers out there making sure that the power stays on. They're in the power plants, they're making sure the operator's there, they're running them, the maintenance people are making sure they're reliable, the power line technicians are making sure the power gets to your home, and when there's a storm, they make sure they restore it. The folks in our contact center are there if there is a problem. Our engineers are making sure that we have a reliable system. And it's something that's easy to take for granted. And if there's one good thing that's come out of this, is people have realized how complex and important our system is. The fact is, we live in Canada, and we need this system to survive. We need it to be reliable, we need it to be there for us, and we need to have control of it. Now, the IBEW is a responsible union. We're working for our members and our families, but we're also concerned that we have the best power system possible in our province. The fact is, we live here, we're members of this province, we're citizens just like everybody, and we want to make sure that it's reliable and it's here for us and it works well and that we have control of it. We've worked hard to ensure that you have a good power system, and here are some of the facts about the system that you've invested in. Things that maybe you haven't been told by the people that are weighing in. The fact is, current rates are not too high or they're not uneconomic. Here's the fact. 9 out of 10 people in North America pay more for their electricity than you do. 9 out of 10 people in North America. We have some of the lowest rates on the continent, and in fact on the east coast of North America, we've got some of the lowest rates in the entire east coast. Now, while we've been keeping rates low, we've invested in expensive scrubbers, other pollution controls, equipment, and the strict environmental policy that all of our members work to. And there's a growing use of wind in this province. The fact is, we are a clean company, and we are doing things the right way in this province. Another fact is that even with some of the lowest rates in North America, we've been servicing our debt, and we've been making sure that we have a good system for you. We're not asking government for extra money. NB Power services its debt through its own rates. And by the way, I should talk about the system that we have. One thing that's happened today is our electricity has to be really reliable. It's got to be good quality electricity. You can't have electricity that's fluctuating all over the place. We all rely on computer technology, right? We have one of the most reliable, consistent systems in the entire world. I bet you every one of you can think of picking up the paper or listening to the radio and knowing that some of our neighbors in other provinces have been out of power, perhaps for days. Yeah. We have one of the most reliable systems in the world, and it's because we've invested in it and we've made sure that it's been good. We need to make sure that it remains reliable. That's right. Now, we know electricity is evolving and going forward, and this is a message to the people of New Brunswick, but also to our members. We need a viable, well-trained workforce in the future. We can't risk our members being thrown away. They need to be there to keep the lights on for you and to continue to have the advantages that I've talked about. And particularly when you look at Dalhousie Power Plant in the north, and I know there's some folks here today from Dalhousie. Not only is that a good plant, but it's also a good employer in the northern part of the province. And it's really a linchpin for a lot of things that can happen there, and we need to take a look at that. That's a very important plant, and I applaud the efforts of the folks that came down here today to be here. They're hardworking people, they do a good job, they are the best in the world. Another thing that concerns me going forward and we need to have control of. We need to make sure that we have a cap on our electricity rates going forward. We need to make sure that we are controlling those costs. And we've done it. I've told you how we have some of the lowest rates in North America. We need to continue having that for us. Now, those are some of the advantages of our system. It's clean, it's low cost, it's reliable. We've got a hardworking, good workforce working for all of you. But there is one thing I just want to move on to, and I'm going to stop and let the next speaker go. It is about safety. It's something that's always been important to IBEW, our workers. It's one of the reasons that the union was formed. And I'm really happy to see all of you here today. You're really engaged in this debate, and you should be. But I want to say this. Somebody called me this morning, and there was one of the banners was placed on a transmission tower. Somebody had climbed up and put it up pretty high. That is really dangerous. Okay? So you should all continue to engage in this, but please don't do anything to hurt yourself. The folks that we have that work on that stuff, they've been trained for years and they know how to do it. So please just make sure that you're safe and that you don't do anything that hurts yourself. Now, there's these t-shirts here, and by the way, a friend of mine asked me to remind you that these t-shirts are for sale, and please pick one up and wear it proudly. And I'm going to just end with saying that, thank you for coming out. Thank you for fighting for a strong NB Power system and also for our NB Power workers. We appreciate it. Now, to close up, thank you. Now listen, when I was here last time, we had a chant. Let's see if you remember it. What do you want? Power. What kind of power? NB power. What do you want? Power. What kind of power? NB power. Thank you all. Thank you.